Well, welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, all.
Yeah, so just getting used to the new Zoom thing because the voice recording throws us off. So again, if you didn't hear the first time, this is the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. How you doing, Scott?
Greetings and salutations.
So, the Village of the Angels for Doctor Who. That was pretty interesting. Gotta say, did not see that coming. Spoilers, guys.
Yeah.
I
can honestly say it was, to me, I don't know why I wasn't thrilled with the ending. I don't know why, but it just
here's the thing. You're trying to tie the mythos of the Weeping Angels with the new division, which is Gallifrey's Secret Ops Section 31 Star Trek, like weird shit.
And you would think that their little celestial intervention agency would be pretty much that little standpoint.
Right. And then the Doctor becomes a Weeping Angel.
Yeah.
Which that was cool CGI. Her turning to stone and getting the wings, and then her covering her face with her hands. She's not really a Weeping Angel. She's contained as a Weeping Angel, shipped off to the division. And when she goes to the division, that thing will be removed because she's too much of an asset to the division, whether she's a villain or a hero.
Yeah.
And they need her. So they are shipping her off contained. And then
so she can't escape. And that was the whole point about,
to send her off to the division.
Her second prison in a way.
Right. I liked it. But the thing I find where they got confusing was the dialogue, because the Doctor knows that they met out of order. So why are you talking to her like she knows who you are?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then she's like, you're clairvoyant, and that's why you know the TARDIS. I just don't like the idea of everybody getting zapped, right? And then this new rule, you can't get zapped twice, which, no, that happened numerous times with Amy and Rory, right? That's not true. But now we hear that Dan and Yaz are in the 1900s for years, which I find to have a problem with as well. And I'm sure they're going to write a note to UNIT not to open the TARDIS or not to go to the TARDIS until 2021 or whatever. Because I think I've seen the picture of that, right? The UNIT's in the next episode, obviously.
Yeah.
But how Chibnall distinguishes that UNIT knows, like how it wouldn't alter the timeline if the Brigadier found the TARDIS, and they saw that and they built that whole facility, knowing like there would be a paradox.
It's as though they're using Whitaker's Doctor as the means or the archetype for the for UNIT, basically.
Right.
Just like it's just like just with Chibnall's Doctor, they're trying to set it up to, well, let's try to figure out the Doctor's past.
Right. So she's inadvertently going to create UNIT because of that would suck.
Yeah.
Look, the episode was stellar. It was good. Was it the best Weeping Angel episode? No. I give it a 7. I don't give it like a 9, or I give it a 7, only because I think he got confused with the whole Weeping Angel thing. And as far as I'm concerned, the sonic screwdriver doesn't work on wood.
I don't think he was, like I said, I don't think
there was a mechanism, right? The mechanism in the wood.
I think she was actually working on the locks, then targeting
the locks were metal, though?
Yeah. I think she was targeting the locks.
I don't know. It just seemed to me that
the problem I had is, why didn't that Weeping Angel escape the Weeping Angels escape the TV shortly after that?
And the Weeping Angels wanted that one Weeping Angel, but what kind of deal did she make so they don't go after her? What, that they got the Doctor out of the way? I have some problems lately with the Flux. I got to tell you, like, Chibnall was kind of like, things are falling apart at the seams, and you're starting to see that he doesn't got it all together.
I still got maybe 10 minutes of Discovery to go. So I'm still trying to figure this out. This latest episode of Discovery reminds me too much of the Flux.
Oh,
I don't know if Discovery
but isn't it okay?
Patterned it after them.
Isn't it like Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, where the probes going through space?
Yeah.
And it's knocking every fucking shit out, right?
Yeah. But
it's like the probe. Wait. It's like Star Trek 4. It's like it's like Star Trek Generations, where the fucking God, my fucking age. What's the name of the thing that fucking the Nexus or some shit?
Yeah.
Right? It's going through fucking destroying everything, right? It's like everything we've seen in sci-fi already that they're doing over. A copy. Basically.
But this is what I'm talking about. This double, they're talking about being a double black hole sweeping through the system, destroying things. And then you've got the same thing going on in Doctor Who. So like I said, I don't know if
they just copied
somebody stole it from whatever.
I mean, as early as I know, I think the earliest thing we've seen was Star Trek 4, and then Star Trek just and there's been other things in sci-fi that we've seen that. Like
I know.
Starting to get fucking wiped out.
It just seems like Discovery and the Flux just seem.
They're all copying lately. They got the end game. They got the Thanos snap special effects, them turning to dust, and the end game stuff, and they're all copying off each other. They tried to do something with the Force.
Yeah.
With Kevin Easter, they took the Vulcan mind meld and they gave it to the Doctor of the Power.
Mm-hmm.
Russell T Davies took that and gave it to her, gave it to the Doctor when it was a Star Trek thing that they don't even use anymore. So they basically now have stolen that, which I think Star Trek has stolen stuff from Doctor Who lately too. They're doing a fixed point for State of Flux, whatever.
Yeah.
They're doing all that shit. So they're copying off each other really, and whatever. Look, all I know is that their marketing is fucking backwards. And the funny thing is that they didn't promote the Flux, and they're promoting now the New Year's Day special before the Flux isn't even fucking over. When they should have promoted the Flux way before the fucking Flux began. So they're fucking backwards. And you basically, the promo is that the TARDIS is still dying. And that's a New Year's Day thing, right? And that's the story. So guess what? The Doctor will be back because, got to save the TARDIS. So fuck the Flux ending because we're just telling you, right? Like there's no fucking, the market. Listen, I'm telling you right now, the marketing is shit. The marketing is shit for Doctor Who. They fucked up. The ratings are in the toilet.
And I think they know they fucked up and they're trying to do everything to try to fix it or at least keep it.
You didn't promote this at all. You didn't have any marketing. You didn't have any T-shirts. You didn't have nothing. You don't want to spoil the Swarm. You don't want to spoil Azura. You don't want to have T-shirts for them. You don't want to have action figures for them. You fucking went in the season and the season started dropping like flies ratings because you didn't tell people it's on.
Yeah.
And you put it on a holiday where no one's going to be around for half the people. And the only people that are going to be around it are not people that trick-or-treating going to parties like myself who just fucking worked and came home and was watching it. So most of our group didn't watch it the day of. You didn't watch it the day of. I remember I asked you, you didn't even see it yet the first time.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
So it's like they didn't promote it. They just didn't promote it.
Yeah, because I think I was working that day. I was going to wait.
But they just didn't promote it, Scott.
Yeah,
they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball.
Yeah,
they dropped the ball.
That's one of the things I have problems with Chibnall. Trust me.
Yeah. All this time he should have been doing a serialized thing. It would have been better, but no, he had to experiment. Look, you can experiment with your first season, just like Russell Davis experimented with Series 1, right? But his Series 12 should have been top notch, and it wasn't. And you fuck things up with the Thomas Child shit now. So, listen, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna say that the guy from the Genesis of the Daleks Time Lord was from the Division, and they were trying to fucking fuck up the Daleks history because they didn't have to deal with that shit. And that was the Division. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna make it like that. Gallifrey is not destroyed. because the division saved it. The division stepped in. The division is so fucking whatever that they make sure.
That they'll set it up to where all this shit was actually inside the Matrix, and or somehow that little thing that they crossed into was created by the void or whatever the hell those aliens were called.
There's just so many Look, didn't they establish that because the Daleks are just, here's the thing, the Daleks don't have emotions, but yet they have emotions because they're homesick, right? Isn't that weird? That they have to have scar, right? They're robots. They don't have feelings, right? But yet they have to have their home, right? That's weird. Right? They see, in other words, the Daleks do have emotions. They just don't give a shit, right? Because they have to have Scarro. When Scarro was in trouble, they ran back and victory the Daleks. They're like, fuck the Doctor, we're going to the future, right? And they get mad. The Daleks get mad at the Doctor. So they do have emotions, right? They just don't, they make it like they don't, but they do, because they have Davros' fucking attitude. Like, even if it's from him, they're pissed. They're like yelling at the Doctor. They're like, making a decision. They would have just blasted him right away, but they're waiting. They're talking to him and shit. They have emotions. Same thing like the Cybermen. The Cybermen fucking have emotions too. They just don't have all of the emotions, Because why would the Cybermen continually probe fucking Bell, asking her, what's your mission? What do you give a fuck? You're a robot. Only an emotionally fucking charged being would ask questions about what your mission is so that they would adapt it to your fucking philosophy, right? So the Cybermen do have emotions to an extent, and the Daleks have emotions to an extent, and it's all bullshit, basically. Because why would a Dalek know what mercy is when they asked River Song?
Yeah.
Unless it was an emotional
Unless it got
response.
screwed up when it was...
All of them? All of them?
Yeah.
Like, no. So. Anyway, the Weeping Angels, it was great to see. I have a soft spot for the Weeping Angels because, again, I was at Angels Take Manhattan filming. Yeah. And they will always be my top favorite because I was there. And I got to see the Weeping Angel fucking right there. Like there. So, But
did you touch it?
No.
Oh, that's right. You're still with us.
That's right. No. I didn't even get to touch Matt Smith. We were about to shake hands and the cop stopped me. Remember I told you?
Yeah.
He came right between us. I was pissed. But no, listen, you know what? I'm glad that Doctor Who's still on. At least we got that. Let's just fix it. And RTD is the guy to fix it.
Like I said, one of the like what I said this on one of the boards. I said two things. One, in RTD we trust, and what would RTD do?
Right. Yeah. So what are you rated?
A 7.
Yeah.
I'll be nice enough and I'll give it a 7.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, there's certain things and the whole fact that that one girl from 1967 was the same girl from 2021, but just older. Remember?
Yes. No. The one from 1967. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The what? No.
Yeah, the little girl.
Hold on. The little girl that went back to 1901.
Yeah.
Was the same girl that was the girl from 1937, right?
37. I'm sorry.
37, right? No, because then she can never be 100 years old because she's
okay. That's right.
Right. So the little girl grows up to be that old lady that was interacting with her. See, that doesn't make sense. You want to know why? Because if you're encountering yourself and you know you're going to get fucking zapped back in time, wouldn't you give her a plane ticket to California or some shit? Wouldn't you like work and build up a fortune to become rich, knowing the thing of the future? And wouldn't you fucking make sure your fucking younger self is fucking nowhere near the Weeping Angels when that takes place?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck paradoxes, really. No, you wouldn't get zapped. So why wasn't she exactly there when she got zapped? Because she knows exactly when she got zapped. This is what gets me. I don't know. And the fact, let's just take the whole town and throw them in 1901. Wow, that makes fucking sense. Because now you just altered the whole timeline because they all have knowledge of the fucking things in the future and they're building it in the past. Like, you don't think that they're going to use the technology to survive from the fucking
That's why
future?
I said, that's one of the things why I said it drops to a 7.
Right. It's nice the Weeping Angels talk when they do, and they talk like assholes, like we're going to fuck you up and shit.
Yeah,
But,
talk like that one dude who was.
right, that was cool. That's why he gets a 7, because of using his own voice.
Yeah.
It was a little
No, I thought
clever.
that was cool.
That's
I'm
what I
talking
said.
about the
That's
whole
why he
stuff
gets.
about
That's
the
why it
whole-
wasn't a 6. Really.
Yeah. No, I'm just
And the
talking about
cool-
that whole interaction with the younger
Yeah.
and older self. That's
No,
what
I know. I knew that right away though, because she's like, "Why? How do you know about what Graves should be there? Because you got fucking zapped. She got zapped." But anyway, we are going to do another cast. Because how much are you really talk? Oh, how much can you really talk about this Weeping Angel thing? That, I mean, all right, Vinder and Bell searching for Vinder, and Vinder searching for Bell, and I don't know why he didn't press. That gets me. He has the button to call the TARDIS, right? And he could just fucking get to her quicker. But no, I gotta just do it myself because
plot hole.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do it myself. And how this fucking guy, who's from the future, right, is in the past with fucking Unit talking to her. Like, why is he there? Why is he there? You're in the future. Are you a time traveler too? Probably not. But how are you there? Oh, you're friends with the Flux? And that's another thing too. They want to destroy everything, right? But they still need people, right? So, okay, you destroy. What's the end game here? Like, I use the word end game, right?
Unless
you're going to sit on a throne with no people, right?
The only thing I can think of is they need people to rule over.
So they put them in the passenger as prisoners. They put them on. They save one planet, right? And fuck the universe. We'll have one planet, right? Like Noah's Ark. That one planet, and have all the people in there, and they'll be king and queen, right? Well, no, they're brother and sister. So
yeah, but nonetheless, yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But that's the only other idea I can think of is so they can have people to rule over, and then that way,
like in other words, they want everybody dead, but just
unless they're chosen few,
unless they want to recreate the universe in their image, where they make many planets, many peoples, and they all serve
where
as God.
All these individuals are contained within the two of them,
the passenger
some way
thing. Which that passenger thing was taken from fucking the Puddle Monster, if you remember. She was the pilot. Remember? There was a whole, you know how that became like, first it was, she was a pilot with a whole race of people traveling in her as a ship, right?
Yeah.
And then they lost that concept where there was no people in there, it was just her as Puddle Monster, right? Remember? That fell in love with fucking Miss Potts there, right? Yeah. So, like now, you have the same thing, but passenger. He's just taken from everybody else. Chibnall. He's taking shit from everybody else.
Which
no original.
Doesn't have an original idea.
Watching Star Trek, obviously, because Section 31, and you're doing what you've seen on everything else. Remember the thing with the Voyager episode where the ship kept falling apart? The ship the whole Year of Hell episode where time was fucked. Remember that? Yeah, you took from that too, because the TARDIS is dying and the TARDIS is slowly getting fucked up, and they're still trying to use the TARDIS, and they're banging the shit out of the Voyager, they're banging the shit out of the TARDIS. You're fucking taking from all these sci-fi things, like you're making it like you did this shit. You didn't do this shit. You put all this shit in a pot, you mixed it up, and you're like, this is mine. No, not.
South Park did it. South Park did it.
Yeah. Like, do something. Just like, please resolve this the right way. But you know what? It's gonna be rushed. It's gonna be rushed.
Yeah,
because the main thing is a TARDIS now.
Because if you think about it, episode 6 will be actually in some way, shape, and form in episode 3, because they've got 3 to lead up, 3 to depart.
I have a feeling that they're gonna make it that the TARDIS is the villain of the special. The TARDIS has a consciousness. The TARDIS is got sort of a dementia, and she starts fucking with the, because the TARDIS was a female. starts fucking with the universe, fucking with the master, fucking with everybody she can't stand, and especially with the doctor because the doctor kept beating shit out of her with the fucking mouth. So she's gonna start fucking with everybody, and then the doctor's gonna.
Voice from.
He's not that smart to do that. I know.
I know.
The doctor's gonna want to give her life force a little bit to save the TARDIS or some shit. like David Tennant's doctor did that time. Gave him part of his energy to keep the TARDIS alive. Remember? So
yes.
And in case you forgot, the Doctor and TARDIS is connected since Series 1, Rusty Davis, when part of the Doctor went into the TARDIS because the time vortex gave it back, and that's why he could snap his fingers. They're connected. They weren't connected before. There was a connection, but not this type of connection. Now they have a forever connection. And the only time that connection's severed is if the TARDIS is totally destroyed. But they are totally connected forever. That's why when the Doctor regenerates, the fucking TARDIS regenerates. Common sense. Because it's connected to the Doctor and his consciousness and his like and dislike that the Doctor don't even know. And the TARDIS just what they think the Doctor knows. Because they know what the Doctor knows. So we have a TARDIS villain New Year's Day special. At the end, they're like, listen, we've been traveling together for so long. Let's fix this. And then boom, kumbaya. And then we'll get the division again in the Timeless Child because you can't get a break. And it'll go right back into it for the last two specials. The last two specials will be like a two-parter fucking thing where the division's going to start zapping the fucking classic Doctors. And then they're going to fucking fuck up because they don't know shit, even though they think they know shit. And they're going to fuck up the timeline like crazy. And you're going to find out that Joe Martin is the third Doctor. And then they fucked up and they pulled the sixth Doctor. And then the sixth Doctor regenerated into somebody else. And then the fifth Doctor regenerated into somebody else. And they created fucking like 12 timelines or 13 timelines with different Doctors connected to classic Doctors. And then they're going to have to fucking fix it. And I think that's what's going to happen. This is how you're going to get all your fucking Doctors explained, and then they're all going to go in their universes. And then you're going to, at some point in time, do a sequel to Brain of Morbius, because you're going to say that the division zapped Morbius when he was falling, and they pulled him out of time like Clara, and they made him regenerate, and he wasn't in the brain in the thing anymore, and he is a fucking one of the fucking people that are causing the whole Timeless Child shit is Morbius. I think that's what it's going to be. I'm calling it. And that's why the Doctor thinks, oh, that duel. But no, it's the future Morbiuses or future that Morbius didn't see his future because he thinks he's just a fucking brain in a can. And how would he have a future beyond that? We didn't understand the concept that maybe the Time Lords could fucking rescue him from time and use his ass. So that's going to be all Morbiuses and not Doctors. Yeah. And that's how they can explain that. Because if you look at the original writer, they said they had no fucking plan for that. They just do it as a joke, really. It wasn't meant to be that it was serious, like really future Doctors. They had no plan for that. Yeah. And the fact that this fucking dick Chibnall was fucking jumping on it, like making it like, hey, they were classic Doctors. They're like, no, there really was no plan for that. You're doing your own shit, buddy.
Yeah.
And that's
you're digging your own grave.
Yeah, dude. You're that's like Arthur Fonzarelli jumped the shark and then decides to fucking become a Jacques Cousteau instead of fixing fucking motorcycles and staying with that gang and the Cunninghams. Happy Days, decides to be a fucking oceanographer or some shit, right? No. So there you go. Anyway, that's the Whovians cast. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll try to get another one out there tomorrow. But no, we can't tomorrow. It's too late because I got to work. And then by the time I get home, it's after midnight. And then it's another day. So we're going to go with our, unless there's a holiday or unless there's unseen circumstances, Thursday will be the day for your Whovians. But of course, it's excusable because this was Thanksgiving this Thursday. So still got it within the week. So we got it today. So I'm glad we finally got to do that. All right. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye for now.